King, my Father, my King, we thank you, Heavenly Father God, for the opportunity that you give us to come before you on our grace and study your beloved word. There are so many things, so many facets that we don't understand, we don't comprehend. But it is through your divine will and wisdom that you allow us to get to know you more intimately. That is our goal, that we want to get to know you. I know that many times you call us, but we don't listen. And when we listen, we don't adhere to your commandments or to your voice. And for that, Abba, I ask that you forgive us for being slothful in that area in our lives. So, Father, I lift up to you first those who are not here with us this evening, wherever they may find themselves. If those are some of them are working, be with them, enlighten them. If some will be coming to be here with us, protect them as they journey here to be with us. And for us who are here, I pray, O glorious one, that you saturate us with your presence, illuminate us with your countenance. Give us wisdom and give us understanding of your beloved word and who you are. And Father, again, I invoke the blessing of Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asot b'direi Torah. Amen. Let's go back a little bit to Genesis, Exodus. And I'd like to talk about verse 2.
Exodus what?
Chapter 3 of Exodus. Verse 2. I think this is the verse that got everybody's attention. Okay? So, I'm going to start in verse 1. Well, let's all read, okay? Let's go around. There's only 9 of us, so all of us read. Here we go. Now Moshe kept the flock of Yitro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
Then the angel of Adonai appeared to him in a flame of fire from within a bush. So he looked and saw the bush burning with fire, yet it was not consumed.
Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn.
I need to find you. Go ahead.
Exodus 3 what?
4.
4.
And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called to him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moshe, Moshe. And he said, Hineni.
And he said, do not come near here. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place on which you are standing is set apart ground.
Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Moses hid his face, because he was afraid to look at God.
The Lord said, I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering.
And I have come down to deliver them from the hand of the Mizrahites, and to bring them up from the land to a good and spacious land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
We just read a bunch of stuff. Okay? So I'm going to start to dissect, not the whole scripture that we just read, just bits and pieces, because when we get into Exodus, and we're going to start teaching again, you're going to either take your notes or you're going to, I remember, and you're going to start connecting the dots. Okay? So, I want to pay a close attention to verse 2 of chapter 3. It says, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire. This is God himself talking. Okay?
serpent of the Lord appeared to him.
I want us to go now to, let me find the scripture here. Chapter 4. Well, let's see, verse. Let's go to chapter 4. Chapter 4. Start reading again. And Moshe answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, The Lord had not appeared unto thee.
So Adonai said to him, What is in your hand? A staff, he said.
Catch it.
And he said, Cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from it.
Then the Lord said to him, Reach out your hand and take it by the tail. So Moses reached out and looked and hold of the serpent, and the bush, what is it? Okay, I can't. Turned back into the staff in his hand. Oh, that was a mess. Go ahead.
Work.
Fast.
No,
Then they
Lele,
may
Lele.
believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of
I need
Jacob,
my
hath
glasses.
appeared unto thee.
And Adonai
This
said to
doesn't
him
take
again, Now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out and
I hate reading
see,
out loud.
his hand was
I
leprous,
really do.
like snow.
It's my kryptonite, huh?
Your pet peeve.
Yep.
7.
I hate it.
Then he said, Put your hand in your cloak.
Hmm?
So he put his hand in.
No, it's the next one, number 8.
No, it was
No,
7.
7. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, sorry.
Then he said, Put your hand into your cloak. So he put his hand in, and he took it out. And he took it out. It was restored again, and the rest of his skin.
Then the Lord said, If they do not believe you or pay attention to the first miraculous sign, they may believe the second.
And it shall be, if they do not believe even these 2 signs, or listen to your voice, that you shall take water from the river and pour it on the dry land. And the water which you take from the river shall become blood on the dry land.
So, what's the Lord showing Moses here?
In the signs?
Yeah.
That,
Some of these signs are going to be repetitions later on.
well, to me, what I see here, from what I see in verse 7, where he said, and he said, Put your hand in your bosom again. So he put his hand in his bosom again and drew it out in the bosom, and he beheld it was, oh no, I'm sorry. The verse before that, 6. Furthermore, the Lord said to him, Now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it out, his hand was leprous like snow. I'm thinking Moses was very dark complexion, and he was white. I think he was dark. I think he was
Dark skin?
very dark.
Okay. Was he Afro American?
No.
No.
I'm not sure.
No.
Wasn't that like leprosy?
This was actually what is it pronounced? Tazarat?
Misora.
Mesorah. This is actually Mesorah.
Which is?
Leprosy.
It's translated leprosy, but it's the
It's a
whiteness that that the people. We'll read about it in Leviticus, where you have dots, and
Oh.
it'll have a hair in it, or have a hole in it, a bunch of different stuff. The thing is, the medical field knows nothing about this. A lot of people have tried to research it. It's strictly a judgment from God. So by putting it in, God is
Which is
showing
close.
him, I can judge it. I can judge them. I can judge you, and then I can clean you.
Clean you.
Yeah, it made you unclean. So the leopards were always the ones that were put outside
Yeah.
the camp. So this is not leprosy. It's
Hansen's disease. It's
Yes.
not Hansen's.
it's not Hansen's disease.
It's a sara'at.
Yeah.
Same with the Hebrew word for Egypt is mitzrayim.
Mr. Ray.
A few weeks ago, between 17th of Tammuz and 9th of Av, we went through the straits. Bain HaMetzarim. So you have all these words that are all related, sara'at, etc. So you got to know how to understand that Saudi resh combination. That's the key to this word is a Saudi resh.
Okay.
So
Any
we're
other?
gonna get inflicted with diseases.
No.
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 One of the
When we get to Leviticus, we'll talk about it. I promise.
Not Genesis, are you sure?
No, because this is in Leviticus.
No, that's 6 months from now.
Well, I just got to wait for 6 months.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I got a pretty good grasp on it.
Okay, so
So,
what were you gonna tell us, Rabbi?
Well, I'm going to say this is that there are what is happening here in chapter 4 is going to come back into the future. He's showing first. He says in verse 2, and the Lord said unto him, What is in thy hand? And he said, a rod, a staff. Okay. And the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thy hand and okay, he says, verse 3, and he said, Cast it on the ground, and he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled before it. He was afraid. The staff became a serpent, right? And then he says, and the Lord said unto Moses, Put forth thy hand, and take it by its tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod or a staff in his hand again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In the future, this scene is going to play out.
Right.
But it's going to be Aaron's staff, not the staff that Moses has.
The medical profession.
Oh,
That's
why?
a different story. That's a different story. That's in the book of Numbers.
Oh, why two staffs?
Moses has his, and Aaron's going to have his staff.
Oh,
This staff that Moses has, it's the holy one,
With the names on
the
it.
sapphire staff.
With the
Okay.
names on it.
Yes, and once we get into it, I'm
Sap-
going to
Moses.
show you the names of what, or the letter that's on the name. They make 3 names that is taken from the first letters of the 10 plagues in Hebrew. Okay.
And
Now
then-
let me ask you, since we're talking about the plagues, how many plagues did Aaron invoke on Egypt?
Aaron's the one that invoked it?
How many did
Like
Aaron
10?
invoke?
10 plagues.
How many plagues did Moses
10.
invoke?
7?
How many plagues did God invoke in Egypt?
Another 7.
And it's only 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you're already at 21.
10 plagues.
7 and 2.
Okay.
And how many plagues? Okay, I'm gonna give you the answer. Like, go attention to what I say. Aaron invoked 3 of the 10.
Aaron, 3.
He invoked the ones that had to do with land.
Lamb.
What are the ones with land?
Frogs for
Frogs
sure.
is one.
Frogs for sure.
What else?
Grasshoppers or gnats. Flies.
The water.
Water is 2.
Frogs, water, blood. No, it was the
Well,
blood.
that's the water.
That's the
Okay,
water.
that's the water. That's right. Frogs, water.
Okay.
Which is a third?
The hail.
Oh, that's air.
The wheat that died because of the
That's
locusts.
air.
Okay.
Okay, frogs, water,
So Aaron invoked
turn to blood.
of the 10.
Grass.
Oh, the plagues.
You said it already, Tony. What was it? The verse you said. You said grasshoppers, but grasshoppers no S. And you said gnats.
Gnats.
Another word for gnats is lice.
Yeah, really, it was
Are you
lice.
gonna talk about those things again?
So was the
It was
blood,
lice.
Couldn't sleep
the blood,
last
the
time.
lice, and the
The
frogs.
blood.
No, the water.
Water.
Remember, it's frogs, water, and lice.
So,
Lice.
3 by Aaron, 3 by Moses, 3 by Hashem, and the 10, it's all 3. Come on.
God, 3. 3.
I thought it was very interesting. I
Wait,
haven't
wait.
seen it this way.
Wait, say it again. 3 from Aaron,
3 from Moses,
3 from Moses.
3 from God, and 1 from all together.
Isn't like Aaron's like to the people, Moses is
Wait. 3 from Aaron, 3 from Moses.
Three
3 from
God.
God.
3 from God and 1. Okay,
And 1
10.
altogether.
Okay, got it. 10.
Okay, so what were the Moses ones?
You gotta wait till Exodus.
Oh, okay.
You got to.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, sorry. I
You
got
got
it.
to.
Okay.
Okay, well, if you end up telling us the 3 from
You can
3
find
from
them
God,
before
then we can
before
figure out.
we
Yeah.
teach us.
Yeah.
But we're already on Moses, so you should tell us about Moses.
Oh.
Sí, como que no.
Como
He
que-
said it's bits and pieces.
Pero we're already on Moses' part right now.
There's
That's
a
what he's
scripture
going
talks
on,
about
right?
But we're supposed to
line
be on
upon
Aaron.
line and precept about precept.
There's a reason behind this. There's a reason behind this, what he's doing. I can see what he's doing.
These moles,
3
these
from
little
Aaron, 3 from
morsels.
Moses, and 3 from
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
And 1 altogether.
There's a bigger
I mean,
picture.
Yes.
All he's
One
doing is
altogether.
just giving you appetizers.
Yeah. There's a
One
bigger
altogether.
picture.
Which is the altogether. All of those things happen at one time.
No.
No.
Con diferentes días, ¿no?
Hi, don't get mad. I'm just
I'm
asking.
not getting mad.
When you start looking at the stars, I know you're mad.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
The bush, the burning bush, is also recorded in the New Testament. Go to the book of Mark.
New
The book of Mark.
Testament,
Remember, you're very quiet.
burning
The burning bush
bush.
is.
New Testament.
Well, also because you ended up just giving us a morsel of the 10
The
Commandments.
book.
You didn't tell us where the other 7 came from. You only told us where 3.
He doesn't want to.
And so,
And let you in limbo. That's my
yes,
job.
you did.
Matthew, you said Matthew, right?
Mark.
I said Mark.
Mark. And what chapter?
Mark what?
Chapter 12.
Mark.
Mark 12.
Mark. Jeez.
Mark 12. Okay.
Mark 12.
The parable of the wicked vine
Mark
dressers.
12.
¿Ya se fue?
¿Quién se fue?
Who? No, he went to the.
Oh.
Book of
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Look at verse 26.
Mark
26.
12.
Scotty, would you read that?
Yes.
26.
But concerning the dead being raised, haven't you read in the book of Moses about the burning bush? Question.
What? You heard about the what?
The burning
The
bush.
burning bush.
No?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No?
No? What?
Well, no, what?
Read it again, starting over.
But concerning
The
the
dead.
dead
That
being
they-
raised,
that they rise.
haven't you read about in the book of Moses about the burning bush? How God said to him,
Saying,
I am the father of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob.
Verse 27.
He is not a God of the dead, but of the living. You have gone far astray.
He's bringing them back. The Jews have forgotten all this. So he's bringing them back to reality. Just like us. Okay? Por el lado está muy triste.
Okay, no, wait.
Verse 28.
So in a sense, we're dead spiritually, but coming alive
No.
again? No, is that what it means?
It's actually life coming back, dead coming back to life.
No,
Okay.
that's what I thought that was a good answer.
I kind of rearranged the words, didn't I?
I thought it was a good answer, but it wasn't. I thought we were dead spiritually.
But it doesn't say anything about no burning bush. Mine just says
Yes, it
about a
does.
bush.
Yeah,
It does say burning bush.
It says burning bush.
Have you read in the book of Moshe at the bush how Elohim spoke to him? Okay. And
It just yours doesn't say burning. That's
yeah.
fine.
I'm Elohim of
It
Abraham.
says
Isaac.
burning bush.
He is not the Elohim of the dead, but Elohim of the living. You then go greatly astray.
Yeah, you've been.
So what's the
confused.
context of this?
The tree.
No.
I mean,
Come over here so she won't see your face. Come over
don't
here
be
because you're
looking at
getting
no
mad.
stars.
Looking at the stars again.
I
look.
know he's looking at the stars.
You started getting
Tomorrow, can you cover up the?
I still look like
right here.
What's the context of this? We just read 2 verses, but there's context around it. What's the discussion around it?
Well,
He's answering a question. What question is he answering?
The Elohim is God.
Oh my God.
Don't look at the stars.
I got him close. I got him close.
Yo también no entiendo.
Pues no te
Yo
entiendo.
también no
Okay.
entiendo.
Okay. I gave you 2 verses,
Sí.
but you gotta read the verses above and the verses below to get the context.
So get the
Alright.
context.
Okay?
maybe the
Are you
one-
not?
Talking
when
about the
you're right.
resurrection?
Yes. What's happening here is the Sadducees is testing Yeshua, and they give him the parable. Okay, a woman marries a brother. Brother dies. Marries the next brother. That brother dies. Through 7 brothers.
Who's the husband?
Who's the husband? That's the context.
Okay.
So he's saying, do you not know that there's not marriage? There's no marriage. She wouldn't be married to any of them.
Okay.
Then he goes into talking about the resurrection of the dead. That's the context of this. He's talking about the resurrection of the dead.
Okay.
That's the context. So, he is saying, because he's talking about the resurrection and the context, he's talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is not dead, they're alive. He is the God of the living, not the dead. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's telling the Sadducees, you forgot the most basic message of all of this, is that you are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob who are alive. He's taking their question that's about the resurrection and saying that they're all alive. That's what it's about. And he's using the burning bush because the bush was what?
Alive.
It's about life.
Okay. In all this, I'm still confused.
Okay.
Because, okay, so tell me, when you say that they're alive right now?
Yes.
They didn't die. Or they died, but their spirit is alive? So when we die, we're not dead, we're alive?
You're asleep.
Well, they were special. They were
No,
special,
no,
not us.
no, that's not
No?
true.
No.
How does Yeshua refer to death?
It's a resurrection.
Asleep.
Asleep.
When Lazarus was asleep.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
His followers were so deaf to what he was saying that they said, well, if he's asleep, we'll go and see him later. He's like, no, he's dead. Death is always equated to sleep. What do you do when you sleep?
Yeah,
Into a deep sleep.
We die.
Yes.
We die.
It's
my God.
but no. It's 1/70th of death. The Rabbi says it's 1/70th of death. But in the morning, when you open your eyes, what has happened? You are
Alive.
alive again. You're resurrected. Literally every morning you're resurrected.
Oh, wow.
So you die every day.
I never even dawned on me till right now.
Is that so?
Wow.
She came and she left.
For what?
You there?
Said that she hasn't
She
changed
came
at all.
in.
Dropped off salad and left.
Okay, Scotty, stop speaking in parables. Tell me the right answer.
Right. And don't look at the stars.
That is the right answer.
He was saying just like the bush, which wasn't consumed in the holy fire, we are not consumed.
Neither will we.
We are alive. He's using the bush as an example of life.
It's a figurative image. Last night when I said to you that we were the bush,
Oh, that's right. And the
you-
thorns.
your eyes just like,
Yeah. And we
So
have
was the
thorns
bush
and we hurt
consumed?
people. And we don't.
Does she know that she hold her mouth?
Yes.
And that,
But was the bush consumed?
She's helping her mom.
Yeah.
and that guy was in us.
Talk to her.
She needs to shower.
Was
Yes.
in us.
okay, here we go.
And that's the same thing that Yeshua is saying here.
So
Okay,
like your
anyway.
brains hurt.
I'm sorry?
I mean, you got,
And how many brains do you have?
One.
well, you said brains.
I said brains.
Yes.
Yes.
We are making our brains hurt.
Okay.
No, we're
Need
learning.
to stretch. I haven't.
Okay, I'm going to give you another analogy here.
Good, let's go
Focus
back
what I'm
to
gonna
the
say.
morning.
The bush is not consumed, right?
Right?
Okay, let's go to the book of Daniel. Book of Daniel.
Is it good?
Daniel.
Volume, bro. Volume.
Danny boy.
You know what?
Chapter 3.
Oh,
You okay, Linda?
Yeah, they just need to move.
Dano para that she didn't like the answer, right, Linda? Tell him.
No, the answer was very good,
Wow.
very clear.
Wow.
Which is the answer? What was the answer?
Where's Daniel?
Life.
It's right there in front of us.
Let me see your Bible.
On base.
You got your cheat tabs, huh?
Yeah, but I can't.
You can't read them. You shouldn't have to. Here, Jeremiah. Who comes after Jeremiah?
That's very mean. I don't want those cheat tabs.
I hate cheat tabs.
Even though you have them.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Show them to me.
Right there.
There, where your fingers
They're there.
I don't need. That's New Testament, Old Testament. It's not
But
the
other
books.
cheat
I
tabs.
think
Whatever.
Ezekiel.
They're cheat tabs.
Yes.
Cheat is cheat, right? Right?
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you cheat a little or if you cheat a lot, cheat is cheat, right?
You can leave now. No, I'm joking.
Okay,
Three? You said three?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Daniel 3?
No. Let's see.
I am Daniel the Third. That is correct.
Daniel 3.
Awesome.
Okay.
You said Daniel 3, right?
Yes, chapter 3.
Your son's
Are you
full.
all there in Daniel 3?
Daniel 3.
Yeah.
No son.
Is your son full?
Daniel 3 of 3.
Daniel 3:3.
No. Pay attention. Put attention.
I'm not even going to
The
say
old
this.
reference comes back.
Thank you, Mother Lisa.
You're welcome.
Start at verse 19.
Verse 19.
319.
You said 3:3.
No, I said chapter 3 of Daniel. I didn't give you a verse.
No.
Now I give you a verse.
Yeah, not too.
All right, so 19. Okay. Scotty, start reading verse 1.
Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage, and the appearance of his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and that bad Negro, Abednego.
Abednego.
I'm sorry.
One bad dude, man.
Yeah. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than it was normally heated.
Okay.
And he commanded certain mighty men of valor who were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace.
Okay. Linda.
Esa fue Linda.
Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Verse 22.
Thereupon,
Spit it out.
Go ahead, verse 22.
Therefore,
There-
because the king's commandment was urgent,
Thereupon-
the furnace
thereupon
exceeding hot,
because-
the flame of the fire slew those men that took up
Go ahead.
Shadrach,
Thereupon,
Meshach,
because
and
the
Abednego.
sovereign's order was urgent and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
What?
23.
And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Abednego
Abednego. I lost it.
fell down.
I lost it.
Fell down.
Bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Okay. Ruth.
Then King Nebuchadnezzar, something like that. I can't remember.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay. Leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his advisors, "Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw into the fire?" They replied, "Certainly, O king."
He answered and said, "Look, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the son of Elohim."
What am I getting to this point? The bush was not consumed by fire. These men are cast into a burning furnace that was heated 7 times more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the men that cast them in were
Get
died.
Burned.
Yeah, because it's so hot.
Okay? Then the king says, Nebuchadnezzar says, "Hey, didn't we tie 3 men? But don't we see 4?" Okay? Some of the commentary says that the fourth one was God. Some say it was an angel of God. Some say it was the Son of God. But nevertheless, they were not consumed. Just like us, we're not consumed. God is within us. It's His compassion and His mercy that keeps us how we are. Do we sin? Every day.
Yes.
Do we not?
Yes.
And we sin religiously.
Yep.
Because we are people of habits.
Yeah.
How many of us go to the same routine every day? And God changes the routine and we complain.
Yes.
Oh, today was a day.
We squawk. That's not fair. I'm not used to this. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't do that.
I didn't
You
say
don't do
anything.
that?
Then stop looking at me.
Look at the
That
stars.
sounds like a guilty conscience to
Now
me.
look at the stars then.
Now you can.
Okay. I think it was Yeshua that was with those three men.
Well, that could be, and that could very well be.
When they say the Son of God and Yeshua's not in there yet, are they talking about
I'm
which
listening.
son? Which Son of God? Like an
Yes.
angel? Or more like
It's just a translation you have.
but what does the Hebrew say?
I don't have my Hebrew Bible with me. Daniel question, check it out.
Dano Labar Elohim. Rabbi E. That's 4.
So that's the son
Dama.
of, you say Bar is the son of Elohim, son of God, correct?
Labar
That's one.
Elohim.
So,
Yeah. So this portion is text is in Aramaic. It is not in Hebrew.
All right, so let's talk about the 11 complaints and
But it's the
Moses
same
against-
Hebrew letters.
against God.
The
11
what?
complaints.
11 complaints.
11 complaints?
Moses complained 11 times.
Really?
Complaints.
I got him beat me.
You've got him beat?
Probably.
Number one.
I do. I think I did more than 11 today.
Oh, did you?
It was a terrible day.
Oh,
See.
Your day was off today?
you need some
Oh,
wine?
yeah.
I have one today too.
Need a wine?
Yeah.
One,
Yeah,
two,
yes.
Towards who?
Right with me, but
Huh?
we can get
Towards
you too.
who?
We're too quiet.
You had a complaint towards.
No, I complained because I almost fell and I bent the walker. One of the legs is
No,
bent.
that's a good complaint. And I
Nice.
got you a walker too, if you need another. They're brand new too.
there you go.
Yeah.
You have nothing to complain about.
One for here, one for there.
Okay, here we go. Complaint number 1.
Uh-huh.
The first complaint of 11 complaints. Okay?
Mhm.
Genesis 3:13. You better write these down because I'm gonna quiz you on this later
I
on.
thought you were gonna just read them all out.
Ah, hombre. Okay,
He's
okay.
gonna-
First of all, okay,
He's
hold on,
gonna
hold
he's
on.
gonna make a search.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Genesis what? 3?
No, wait. Let's go to the first complaint.
Okay.
Starting verse 11. Tony, read verse 11.
Genesis 11, right?
3:11.
3:11.
Genesis 3?
No, Exodus 3:11.
Oh, Exodus 3.
So,
Did I say Genesis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I checked myself,
You said
sir.
Genesis
The
3.
two become
Exodus
one.
or
The two
Genesis?
become one.
Exodus 3.
Shmo 3:11.
Exodus 3:11.
Exodus 3.
okay.
Okay, here it is.
This is the first complaint. Go
Ay,
ahead.
ay, ay,
Okay.
ay, ay.
But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to the Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?
That was the first complaint. Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who
Is
am
that
I?
a complaint?
I should go to.
Yes, it is a complaint. It says, who am I to go?
Who am I to go?
Why didn't you send Daniel Ibanez, Lord?
Yeah.
He's
okay.
more talkative
Who
than
am
I.
Yeah. Who
That's
am
true.
I?
Where were you?
Who am I?
I was on the other corner actually.
Who
Okay?
am I?
So we are always complainers. God tells us to do something. Let me tell you a little scenario that really happened. We were in a meeting. I wasn't even a pastor yet. I was an elder. And the little girl came up to one of the pastors. And we were walking out of the meeting, and she tells this man of God, "You better repent."
Oops.
Oh,
She knew something.
ouch.
Okay? And the guy said, "What are you talking about? Do you know who I am?" He says, "You better repent, or you're gonna lose everything."
Wow.
How old was the little girl?
About 7 years old.
Really?
7 or 8 years old.
Wow.
2 weeks later, he was without ministry.
Wow. He lost it
He lost it.
because he didn't repent.
You know what I mean?
So
So, the moral of the story is that there was an admonishment came, and the man refused. Moses, he refuses. Who am I to go? Look at the verse.
to the Pharaoh.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Now comes the response from God. And he said, certainly, this is God speaking, I will be with thee. And this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. That's what he responds. Complaint number 2. Exodus 3:13.
He says he can't speak.
ויאמר משה אל האלוהים הנה אנכי בא אל בני ישראל ואמרתי להם אל הגיע עבודתם שלחני עליכם ואמרו לי
Exodus
בקשו מה אמר
3:13.
להם. And Moses said unto God, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The God of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me,
I'm
What
sorry,
is his
what was
name?
it?
What shall I say unto that?
3:13.
That was it.
That
That
was
was the
it.
one from the fire.
There was a second complaint, right?
Which shall I say to them?
What shall I say to them?
What
When
is
you
his
said
name?
someone, what should I say? I'm gonna say this.
There's
But
more
wait,
to that.
wasn't-
Though. There's
Yeah.
more to that.
Go ahead.
It's not what shall I say to them. Look at the next part. What is his name?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
That was
Can I
the
do it
first
again?
part, actually.
No, the first
14.
the first part is what if you remove. But Moses said to God, Suppose I go to Bnei Israel and say to them, The God of your fathers has sent me to you. They shall ask me, What is his name?
Yeah.
That's his question.
Look at the answer in verse 14.
What shall I say to them?
Yeah.
Then God said to Moses,
I am who I am.
That's
And he said,
No,
Poor
EA,
trash.
Sherry,
It's a
EA.
poor translation.
okay,
EA,
EA,
Sherry.
share.
It's that thing I have in front of my house above
I
the shop.
was,
oh, that's
In,
right.
in Hebrew.
I am.
I am,
The only Hebrew I have on the
I will be.
front of the house.
I got
That's
it.
exactly what it is.
This is a poor translation here. I am.
Horrible.
Look. And to translate that, it's Yod Hey Van Hey.
Nope.
No.
No,
What how do you say it?
Nope. You didn't keep the notes I gave you, because I gave you that one the
No,
first
you
time I
didn't.
met you.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
He that was, he that is, he
Mhm.
will be.
Will
Nope.
we ask
Nope,
God
that's a
questions? Are we
share how you-
complaining?
to a degree,
We are.
because, I mean,
We don't really need to know why.
yeah,
We
yeah,
just
right,
do
boy.
I
it.
mean,
Yahweh.
all we need to do is try and do it the best as you can to your ability. So a child, when he hears from God and goes and tells it, the child is innocent. He'll go and say whatever the message is. We as adults, we get a message, and we really, but you might beat me up. Look at the man when Paul was blind, and the Lord said, "My son is waiting for you to go and pray for him." And what did the servant say? Oh, but Lord, he
Heard this man is persecuted.
I heard this man that he is persecuting us and so forth, blah, 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 right? He says, go. He went, but he started backpedaling. How many of us backpedal? Do we or do we not?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
We do, right?
Yes, of course.
Depends on the day of the week.
No.
No. I
Some days
backpedal
are
more
better.
than what I want to say.
Some days are better than others.
Hey,
We all-
I
we all-
admit
we all
don't
backpedal.
Okay. So his name was he that was.
Yehei,
EA,
I was, I am.
it's not the Yod Hey Vav Hey.
Oh, okay. This is a different.
It's EA, Asher, EA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Has nothing to do with the tetragrammaton.
Okay. Again. Go ahead. Say it again.
So,
I am who I am. Tell me.
Okay. I was.
I was.
I am. I shall be.
That's not EA, Rabbi.
I shall be.
that's not what?
The tetragrammaton will give you those three if you redo the 12 letters.
See. Okay.
EA is I will be.
I will be. Okay. I shall be or I will be.
Okay. So here we go. So the third complaint. Now you're gonna go to Exodus chapter 4.
So, what was the second complaint again?
What shall I say?
Oh, which shall
What
I?
shall I say then?
Oh, which shall I say? Which shall I say?
What shall I say?
And the third complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go to verse 1 of chapter 4. We're gonna read.
Your turn.
Exodus 4:1.
Yes.
And Moshe answered and said, and if they do not believe me nor listen to my voice and say, Adonai has not appeared to you.
Okay. Is that a good complaint? Is that a legitimate complaint?
And if they do not believe me.
What happens if they don't believe me?
They're not supposed to believe
Yeah,
you. You
that's
just
a
go
complaint.
do.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
go do
they're not
what
gonna
you're
believe
Okay,
you.
all right,
Yeah,
all right. What's my disclaimer for this group or for
It's a
any group
question.
when I teach?
Exactly.
Isn't that not a question?
It is a question, but
And a complaint at the same time.
well, he's questioning the Lord.
Yeah.
How many of us question him in anything we do and we say?
All the time.
Okay, so what's my disclaimer? Don't believe nothing I say, but go research it and check it out, right?
Exactly.
That has always been my disclaimer, and always will be.
Was
Yep.
it? I mean, prior to that, didn't he end up saying, "Well, wait a minute, I can't speak, or I have."
And that's upcoming.
That's upcoming. Okay.
Further down the road.
All right. Okay. All right.
That's a
Sorry,
sign.
I will wait.
It's a sign.
Sure.
Sure. It's over there. You left it.
So
Ben,
what if they don't
verse two.
believe me?
What if they don't
Right
believe
there
me?
by the basket. Do you see the
Got
white
it.
arm? It's right there.
Why do they don't believe me?
Thank you.
You know, when you do something for the Lord, don't expect nothing in return. 1 year, we did a program when I was in the church. I was the youth leader for this particular ministry, and it was during the fall feast. And the kids were very rebellious. They did not want to participate. They didn't want to cooperate. Everybody wanted to do their own thing. And I was at the point of saying, what am I spinning my wheels here? And these guys don't want to do anything. Why should I? Well, I got better things to do with my time. This was my complaint to the Lord. And my venting, I said, Lord, show your children a miracle that this is of you. That what we're doing is of you. Okay? So I told the kids, everybody just go outside and chill out. Take a 15-minute break. The wife of the pastor was with me in the room, and she heard me pray this to the Lord. She went outside to monitor the teenagers. All of a sudden, there's a thunder, clear sky. And guess what happened?
You're right.
It starts to snow
Oh, really? On a clear sky.
on a clear sky.
That's
Wow.
funny.
Those kids came in and shivering like fearful. From that point on, it was like day and night. The pastor's wife came in. She says, "What have you done?" I says, "I just prayed to the Lord for a miracle." What was the sign that you told me about it? And I was thanking God.
Oops.
When they came back and we started the program, we did the program. We presented the program to the congregation, and guess how many people were saved that day? One individual. the father or the husband of the family. The wife was stage 4 cancer. She only had a short time to live. And when this man came, when we made the altar call, this man came in, he yielded himself to the Lord and cried out to the Lord, ask for mercy, for forgiveness. The Lord took his wife, but the wife said, now I know that my husband and my family are in God's hands. And this man became a pillar of the church. I was burdened. I was frustrated because there was no cooperation. I should have just relied on the Lord. Okay? Whenever you do things for God, be expecting the unexpected. And things will happen.
Who is it?
Who's they?
Angie? Is it
Uh-huh.
Angie? And your daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Kwan.
It's okay, she's here. There you go. Any questions so far about the third complaint?
Here you go now. Go sit. Sit right there.
They will not believe, right?
They will not believe.
They will not believe. See? Let's go to the fourth complaint. Let's go to Exodus chapter 4, verse 10.
Boy, he's complaining a lot. This.
Well, how many times do you complain, my Tony brother?
Well, you know, after I found not me.
Kind of like 70 times 7. I can remember.
420?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, that's our nature. We are weaker vessels. Okay, now look at the fourth complaint. Laura, why don't you read that? Verse 10 of chapter 4. Yeah.
And Moshe said to Adonai, O Adonai, I am not a man of words.
What?
I am not a man of words.
Neither am I.
Neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, for I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
Okay, so stop right there. So what he says, I am not an eloquent speaker.
What verse?
10.
10.
410.
You okay?
You all right?
I'm good. I'm pushed
She
it up.
blocked that
Sorry, I
sucker.
beat it up a little.
It's okay.
What happened? The wind caught it or what?
I don't know.
The wind caught it.
I'm sorry.
Who's been praying?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay?
So
Open
the
the chair
fourth
on.
complaint is that he has not been eloquent.
Get a sandbag.
I am not a man of words.
Have
You,
one.
use that
Es que la mía
thing with
dice
the
eloquent,
with the
como
cement
dijo
thing,
Frank.
and
So
attach
could
it to
you
it.
rephrase in other words que no,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got this.
he was not a man of words. Okay. That's simple.
He's not a man of words, huh?
Seriously, grab that. It's better. It'll be right on the money.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh,
Oh, that's holding.
This stuff.
you don't use that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
go ahead and do it. Keep doing what you're doing. But just
Sorry,
be careful
guys.
with the iPad. We don't want to knock this over in the process. That's your counterweight, Scott. I don't know, maybe it hurt Angie's.
Okay, let's take a
Knee.
break so we can.
I'm sorry,
Let's take a
guys.
break. Let's take a break so we can get our sentences together.
You're not supposed to count people.
I'm not counting
It
people.
says census.
I've heard that one.